Hello everyone, welcome back to CSC 151. In this video we're going to go over the Excel formulas. So first things first, let's click this and let's just see exactly what it is we're doing. So, as always, please remember to read the criteria. I may or may not be doing exactly what I see right here, but basically, here's what it is. We've already got half the work done. We've got essentially our area of data that we grabbed from our last assignment. The new thing we've got is this formulas area. Okay? So, let's get on and do that. So, let's just click our new sheet. Let's go and give it a name. Let's put our name and date in the top corner. Whoop. Actually, is it the 20th? No, it is the 23rd. There we go. So much stuff I have to do, and then I wind up forgetting what day it is. Busy day. So, I could go back and re-enter all these numbers that I have right here. And if you're wondering where I got those numbers, I was on Yahoo Finance. We did that in the previous assignment. Now, I could type these numbers again, but that's kind of silly. Work smarter, not harder. So, I can just simply copy and paste these. So let's just go and copy, and let's go and paste. Now you'll notice there's paste, then there's paste special. Two different possible options. And in paste special, there's a lot of options. I'm just going to go with paste right now just to showcase paste will paste everything. And by the way, if you ever see these little hashtags, that simply means we don't have enough room to see the information. Just stretch things out and you'll be able to see. And while I do mean everything, I do literally mean everything. You see how these are still equations? They're still equations. Now, on the off chance that instead of doing paste, I did paste special. Oops, do I not have it copied anymore? Copy. You can only copy and paste. You can only paste stuff. Something's only copied if you have the dancing ants. See the dots going around? When I clicked away, see I right-clicked and paste. It doesn't look the same. So, make sure you've got it copied. Copy. But point being, if I were to instead go into paste special, I could paste only specifically the formulas. And you see how the formatting, the colors are not, there. The fact that this is not in accounting format, I only pasted the formulas. I did not paste the design. Same thing if I were to copy this, and this time instead I pasted special, but I pasted only the formatting. You'll see that I have, I did not mean to make a sheet 3, back to sheet 2. You see that I have the colors. When I click over here, you'll see that I'm in custom setting right there. So if I were to type whatever, it's still an accounting format, but, none of my data is there. This is data without any of the fancy stuff. This is the fancy stuff without any of the data. This is everything. Paste will paste everything. So let me just do this. Let me just remove these cells, delete. And while I'm at it, let me just go and make myself a little thing here. Merge and center. Let me go and say Apple yearly finances. Why not? And I'll make that, what font kind of looks like an Apple-y type of font. As I say, as I'm literally on an Apple thing, and it's literally Calabrese, an Apple font. But you know what? Apple Chancery. It's in the name. Boom, there we go. Why not? By the way, if you don't have the one Apple Chancery, that's A-okay. Pick whatever font color you want. Pick whatever font you want. And you know what? I'll make this a little bit prettier looking. Apples are... Oh, you know what? I will go with a nice green. And I'll go with a background that's kind of a nice goldeny. That's kind of hard to see. Let's go with a darker green. There we go. That's kind of apple-ish colors. Green and yellow are apple-y colors. There we go. So there's my finances. Now obviously what I need outside of this is I also need an area for my formulas. So let me just go and grab this. Let me go and merge and center. Let me go and make this. Actually, you know what? Let's go with cell styles. Let's go with heading 1 for this. Why not? Showcase one of these preset styles. Heading 1. This is going to be our formulas. Boom, there we go. So we've got ourselves this information. And then we've got ourselves information we're going to put in. So I've got sum, average, median, mode, max, minimum. Okay. So and also I guess I'll do this to the total rev, because I got the total rev to deal with. I've got the cost of rev, and I've got myself the gross profit. Here we go. And I know I need an average, I need a median, I need a mode, I need a minimum, I need a maximum. A sum. I didn't do a sum. Well, here we go. I'll just go and select that column. I will insert. There we go. And there's sum. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different. There we go. And considering this guy's got like a little blue tinge to it, let's go with that. I'll go with that blue. Ooh, actually not that blue. That blue. Yeah. Let's change that to white. Bold and underlined you. There we go. Same thing with this. White, blue, bold, underline. There we go. There we go. Got myself a... Oops, and why not undo that merge and center, because I only need 4 of these guys across. Merge and center. Boom, there we go. And delete that cell. There we go. Nice and neat. So, here we go. As always, equations start with an equal sign. And we've already seen sum equations equal sum. And then whatever the parentheses start is the start of what we're adding together. And where the parentheses end is the end of where we're adding together. Now I could do, since I'm doing total revenues, so sum of total revenue, comma, total revenue there, comma, total revenue there, comma, total revenue there, close the brackets. That will work. But there's a lot of data there. And it gives me the information I want. This is that number plus that number plus that number plus that number. But I can simplify this equation. I can say equals sum, and then just grab a range, which is click and drag, or I can hold shift and use the arrow keys. As long as I've got my start point, colon, end point, it'll grab the start, the end, and everything in between. And this time we'll do the same thing, but this time with cost of revenue. So equals sum, and I'll grab my row of cost of revenue. Just make sure you know what you're grabbing. For example, I know I'm in the cost of revenue column down here, so I'm going to grab my cost of revenue numbers. I don't want to grab my gross profit numbers for my cost of revenue numbers, obviously. Boom. Now, did I, by any chance, make this a different formula? Because gross profit is, in theory, total minus the cost. So, did I do that? Or did I just want us to do the same thing over and over again? Make a sum expression for the gross profit numbers. Okay, cool. So, yeah. Yeah, speaking of which, here's what, sort of things look like. It has nice little pictures going, hey, here's something you could type in and, remember my cells might be the same cells you know. You know where your data is. That just happened to be where my data was. So yeah, I'm just going to do the same thing then again and say equal sum. And this time, gross profit, grab gross profit. Boom. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And in theory, just to make sure that this is still the same thing, that this number is in fact accurate, we know that this guy minus this guy, yeah, would equal the same number. So we're good. Now then, averages. Now I could literally do an average the mathematical way and grab this number plus this number plus this number plus this number. And then, let's see, I've got 4 numbers, so divide by 4. I could get an actual average that way. However, we can simplify this by simply using the word average. Equal average, and we can just grab the numbers we want. Yes, there is literally an equation for average, and it's literally named average. By the way, in case anyone's wondering where all these equations are, they are up in the formula area. We can go and find them. Maybe it's in math and trigonomics. No, that's not in math and trigonomics. Maybe it's under logical, frequently used, financial, not under financial because it's alphabetically located. Logical, and, if, else, no. Text, no. Date and time, no. Math lookup. More functions. Statistical. Oh, let's go with that. Oh, it's under statistical. And then there's engineering, cube, web stuff, which is just insert a function from the web. Yeah, so, but I honestly hate the formulas area, and also we should probably know what these things do anyway. So, if you do want to, just go and say, we could, in theory, go to formulas, more functions, statistical, average, and there it'll pop up average and say, hey, what do you want to average? But, I feel like we should be able to all say, equal average. And by the way, yes, you'll see that there's average, average A, average if, average ifs. We'll get into the differences of those sort of things later. And, I'll grab the cost of revenue. Boop. And same thing here, equal, average. The mother of learning is repetition. And boop. Now you're probably noticing, hey, the formula for sum is equal sum. The formula for average is equal average. I wonder what the median is going to be. That's right, it's equal median. So we'll just grab equal median. Boom. Equal median. Grab the cost of revenue numbers. Boom. And we'll go equal median again. By the way, thank you for not caring if I use caps or lowercase. Other programs would be very specific about that. So hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge for future information. Python's going to give you a hissy fit if you spell something in caps and then spell it in lowercase later. So same thing over here, equal mode for mode. Now you'll notice that we have a difference between mode multiple and mode single. There is the possibility that there are multiple modes. We're just going to go with, we could do mode multi, mode single. I'm just going to go with mode. Mode, and I'm just going to grab this. The chances of the number ever repeating twice in a financial chart is astronomically low, so we're probably going to get a NA, okay? But let's just say this was a 1, and this was a 1. Boom. You'll see 1 is now the most common information out of those 4 cells. So the mode will, in fact, work. But we're most likely going to get an NA for all of this. By the way, let me make sure these are all in accounting format, because I noticed when I made that 1, it did not like being, it did not put the $ in there. There we go. Now everything's guaranteed to be in accounting. Equal mode. And I'll grab my cost of revenue. Boom. And of course, equal mode. Boom. You will most likely see the ampersand, not ampersand, the hashtag n/a, the not applicable. That just simply is saying there is no mode. You haven't done anything wrong. Your code is correct. All this means is that there is no mode in the data you've grabbed. And of course, equal min will give us the minimum. So the smallest number out of these four was the 260, because we've got 260, 274, 365. Yeah. Same thing here. Equal min. Grab you guys. Boom. Equal min. Grab you guys. Boom. Same thing here. Equal max. Max will give us the maximum. So the largest number out of these guys should be that 394 over there. And it is a 394. Same thing, max. And then equal max. There we go. And I'll save that. These are all equations. They're all working. I can test that by just going, I don't know, boop. And now something's changed. This guy became negative. You know, stuff like that. So yeah, undo. There we go. Make sure it's saved. Send in the Excel file through Canvas, and we're good to go. So what we learned was we learned a little bit about pasting, and we've learned, you know, a couple of different formulas here. You know, sum, average, median, mode, min, max, your typical mathematical formulas that will most likely, you know, occur in day-to-day life. So, thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next video.